Hello there, and a very warm welcome to Closer Confidence. Just give me a quick second as I check. Yes, I can hear myself loud and clear. If you can hear me as well, give me a hashtag clear in the chat. Loud and clear. If you can hear me as well. Yes, I can hear myself loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, give me a hashtag clear in the chat. If you have purchased access to the full Closer Confidence program, please go ahead and jump over on my Zoom. Jabal, please come over to my Zoom. Okay. I see Peter is live. Is that how I pronounce it, Peter? Okay, Sonyam says clear. If you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, whether in my Facebook group or over at my YouTube channel, please give me a hashtag replay. Okay, let's give it a few moments for the rest of us to stream in. Awesome, Peter. It's great to have you here. And while we wait for Hassan is here. Welcome, Hassan. While we wait for the rest to stream in, just a quick shout out here on the left, we have Broderick. Okay. His first week closing, he collected $1,200 in commissions. His second week, he collected $1,500, and then his third week, okay, $2,000. There's still one more week to go in February, and in total, he has collected $7,700 USD in commissions, closing for his musician offer. And I'll share a little bit more about his process and his story so we can learn all from his success. But for now, as a closer, celebrating the success of a fellow closer, okay? Everyone, please give your biggest, warmest congratulations to Mr. Broderick, because he is absolutely killing it. Okay, this means that you and I, we can do the same too. The one on the right is a lady from Singapore, my country, called Amanda. And Amanda recently joined a company, and this company is semi-remote. So sometimes she has to go to the office, and most of the time, most of the team members work remotely. And so initially her role was an appointment setter. So they call it business development representative. That's just a fancy term for appointment setter. And then after a few months working with me, okay, she has been promoted recently to become a business development manager. What that means is she is now a manager for 3 other setters. So she has taken a huge step forward from starting as a seller, doing a little bit of cold calling, a lot of setting, to understanding the whole psychology of how to book calls. And now she can train and lead other people to do the same. So from one setter to stepping into a leadership role, okay, in terms of your confidence, in terms of your understanding, in terms of your self-discipline to get the boss's trust, in terms of your confidence and leadership. Okay, these are huge, huge strides that I feel we all should celebrate for Amanda as well. So great job to Broderick and Amanda, and I hope to see more of your wins. Okay, whenever you guys, doesn't matter whether you are in my program or not, okay, if in some way, shape, or form you have consumed my stuff and you remembered it and you implemented it and you got a big win, a small win, an insight, please text me your wins so that we can all share and celebrate with each other. Okay. Can I see you guys' comments? Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Okay. So during, actually, I never knew how to pronounce L-J-I-J. Jana, how do I pronounce that? I'm not going to attempt. I don't think I know how to do it. So give me some feedback the whole last of 8 to 10 days when you guys are seeing me promoting this training, Closer Confidence. what was happening in your mind? Like, did you knew what I was going to teach? Did you have any idea if it's going to be relevant to you? When you see this word, confidence, okay, what comes to your mind? Is it something that attracts you? Is it something that you struggle with? Is it something that you want to build? Is it something that you're consciously drawn to developing in yourself so that you can ace and perform as a sales professional? Let me know in the comments. Leona would be fine. Okay, I hope I pronounced it right. Sergio is live. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you doing, my brother? So please, in the comments, whether you're watching live in the preview stream right now, if you're in my Zoom room, okay, if you're in my Zoom room, we're all fellow students of the same program, okay, so please give a brief introduction for yourself. Okay, Daniel Jong says, have more confidence, okay? Tell us your name, okay, where you're from. Are you currently closing for any offers? Are you looking to close, to set? Okay, introduce yourself. I want you to know that wherever I go and you guys follow, we are a community, we are a tribe. So if it's just me alone, okay, there is no complete closer. And sometimes the things I say, okay, if you guys can help enforce, okay, help remind, help support each other, all of us will progress as a brand, as a tribe, as a community. Jabal says something that I want to develop during my downtime while I'm searching for opportunities and appointment setting calls. Peter says, I just paid for the program, but I didn't receive any link to join the Zoom. So Peter, give me a moment while I send you a quick text. Calling for Mr. NG, Mr. Ng. Mr. NG, if you see any incoming messages or group joins of people who want to get access to our full training and join our Zoom, please, the reason is if after you pay and then they are redirecting you to ClickFunnels, is because I haven't set up the members area yet. Okay, the members area for this program with all the bonuses, all the tools, all the follow-up support will be done in another 3 working days. So that should be about Tuesday next week. So give it some time, okay, so that my team can build the members area. And if there are any new group joins, okay, Mr. Angie, please do approve them so that we can let people in. Okay, Peter is here. Let's go. Let's go. So this is a really funny story that I feel if you are a fellow closer, sales professional, setter, okay, coach, business owner, we have all experienced this, but I have closed for 5 years, full time. Okay, this is the first time I've heard something like this, and I was feeling as frustrated. And again, at the same time, I felt it was so hilarious. Okay, so what happened was my student, okay, sent me a call recording. Okay, so Sanyam, you're typing to me privately. Please change your Zoom message to everyone in the chat. Okay, so we can all see what you're saying. So the prospect was closed, right? My student got the prospect on the phone, and my student was presenting a high ticket offer, you know, to close this prospect, and he was in. He was sold on the process. He was sold on the product. He was sold on everything, and he was about to give his credit card number. Okay, it was like 99% a close. And then as he was giving out the credit card number at the very last moment, you guess what he said? He said, wait. This is a very big investment. I would like to marinate on this. What the hell does marinate mean? I understand that you can marinate a chicken, you can marinate a duck, but I've never heard anyone try to marinate a sales call, a sales offer. Okay, and I have experienced this before in the sense of if you go to my YouTube channel, okay, there's a very classic video that I uploaded of a sales call. And same thing, I took the prospect through a 12K offer and she was about to pay in full. And at the very last moment, she said, can I get back to you on Friday? And you know what's happening, right? Buyer's remorse, last minute remorse, last minute resistance. How many of you have experienced this kind of scenario? And it could be a variation of something like this, in the sense of, in the very last minute, either they back out or they start to test you, or are you a scam? How can I trust you? How do I know if you're closing me? How will I get this? I need a lot of time to think. I need to talk to my spouse. I'm not too sure. And then they either start pulling back or they start testing the shit out of you. And then your heart drops, right? Because you're like, oh, I almost got a 12K paid in full. And then what am I going to tell my influencer, my business owner now that I lost the sale? And then your heart starts to pump, and then you have fear, and then you're like, how am I going to take control? How many of you have experienced this? So if you find that this kind of scenario externally, when there are unforeseen challenges, when there is pressure and you crack under that pressure, when the KPIs are difficult, or your team or the leaders in your team are difficult, and you just feel the external pressure getting to you, and internally you feel like, I wish I had the clarity, I wish I had the confidence to bust through all these objections, okay, to deal with the pressure, to become stronger and more effective and more sharp and more successful as a closer. I want to have closer confidence. If that's you, type a hashtag confidence in the chat, whether you're on Zoom, on my Facebook stream, on my YouTube replay. If you're hearing this message loud and clear, and what I'm going to talk about, what I've just talked about, is what you're looking for, give me a hashtag confidence in the chat so I know that we are all on the right path. If what I'm saying is not what you are here to learn, okay, if you are here to learn CrossFit, okay, then type a hashtag CrossFit in the chat. But that is not what I teach. That is not what I do. And that is not what we will cover today, okay? So no more marination. After today, no more marination, okay? This is exactly why I created Closer Confidence. For those of you that come here today, I want to unlock something in you, okay? I want to unlock something in you. And I believe you're here because you want to unlock something in yourself as well. A lot of courses and coaching programs out there, okay, if you really, really wanted to, okay, I've bought everyone's stuff myself. Most of the programs that you are in, I've probably bought something from them, okay? $97, $497, $2,997, $5,997, $10K, $12K. I've bought a lot of them because it's for my own improvement as well. So a lot of them are teaching us how. A lot of them are teaching us external technique, how to set appointments, rapport, background, goals, pain, root causes, summary, urgency, finances, decision on board, right? Whether it's setting, whether it's a closing, you can see that the phases of the call, they just change the name, right? And how many objections can you get? Time objection, spouse objection, like I said earlier, last minute resistance, okay, not the right time, I don't believe in myself, I don't believe in your process. There's so many ways, there's only so many ways we can book a sales call, or we can close a high ticket sale on the phone. So it's not a how problem, because we buy all these programs, right? And then they say, oh, what if I'm on the call and then the prospect say, oh, your program is too much money, it is too expensive. Coach, what should I say? And your coach say, well, it's a very simple objection. You just need to reply with a very authoritative tonality and say, I don't know. Is it a question of value, or is it a question of money? And then you say all that BS, and then it's not you, and you don't know how to say it, and you don't really understand, because theory and motivation is one thing, and in the beginning it is very potent, yes, but then over time you get tested by unforeseen variations. You get hit by sales pressure, by KPI pressure. You get tested hard on sales calls, on team meetings. So logically, you know that I should say, oh, is it a question of value or is it a question of money? But then when you don't have that confidence in you, when you don't have the guts to push forward and say in your heart what you really want to say, then what happens? We freeze. We choke. How many of you have experienced that before, either on an interview or on a sales call? We freeze, we choke, or in life, when we are uncertain, we stay put. We play it safe. We join the Facebook groups, we wait. Today we role play, tomorrow we don't role play, and we just wait. We do things we are comfortable with. And then before we realize it, 2 weeks have passed. Like right now, at the time of this program, it's February. It's the end of February. The new year, the first quarter is almost gone. And then we wait a little bit, another 2 months pass. And then we still don't have the confidence to go in and say, hey, business owner, I can book calls for you. Here's the proof. I can close sales for you. Here's the proof. I'm better than all the other 29 applicants that apply. And here's the proof. We need the confidence to cut through all these obstacles. Yes or no? If yes, give me a chat. Give me a yes in the chat. If yes from Daniel, yes from Peter. Okay, this is exactly why I created Closer Confidence. And I want to share with you again, at the start of this training, I shared with you some positive screenshots. Okay, now I'll share with you some negative ones. And I want to make it clear that it is not their fault. Okay. I believe most of us at some point in our life, we have sent these kind of messages, right? I don't know if you can see my screen. Okay, I hope you can see. Okay, the one on the left, okay, this person, she joined my Facebook group. Okay, so I was just going through my own flow of qualifying people that join my group. And I said, where are you at? Right? Are you in any offer right now? So she said no. And then her next question, guess what? She asked me, do you have a job for me? Do you have an offer for me? Do you have a role for me? Every day, every day I have hundreds of people in my. If you don't want to be blocked and archived by business owners, do not pitch this early in the conversation. Because everyone is just reaching out their hand and say, do you have a job? Do you have a job? Do you have a job? If you do that, instantly you go into the block, archive, restricted spam folder. Okay. This person should probably buy Convo Closer. Okay. And then previously, this person told me that I spent $3,000 to join this Closer program. So I said, what do you have in the program? She said, oh, we have access to 2 live calls. We have a members area. So I said, you have access to your coach, right? And she said, yeah. I said, so did you ask your coach, what does he teach in order to land a qualified offer? Otherwise, why are you pitching me right now? And then she replied, oh, my coach said, go to Facebook groups and network, optimize your social media, post content, and then go to Upwork. And I said, yeah, very good. That sounds like a good strategy. And then now she continued to pitch, do you have any opportunities? Do you have any tips? Okay. And the one in the middle is an even longer pitch, right? There's a very long message to say, can you be my boyfriend? In exchange, I be your girlfriend. There's no value exchange, right? And then the one on the right is so obvious, it is a template. He didn't even try. He just used the template, okay? So it's not their fault. Okay, because they don't understand what does it mean to confidently sell yourself as a closer, whether it's selling your product, whether it's selling your brand, whether it's selling your reputation, or whether it's selling the value that you can do for another person, another company. A person with real confidence does not come to you and ask. How is that a sign of confidence, right? Before I tell you my answer, what do you think a closer with real confidence, not arrogance, okay, not arrogance, and not a lack of confidence, but a closer who is at that sweet spot when they are perfectly balanced and they have game. You know what I mean? Okay. How would they be like? Would they be very loud? Would they be always trying to hide themselves? Will they always be trying to dodge? Will they always be asking for something? No, right? They have a. Who is the most confident closer that, or person for that matter, in your life, okay, online that you know? Who comes to mind? Okay, and think of that person. Okay, that's who you need to be. Because without the confidence, this is what's going to happen. You don't know how to sell yourself. You just look awkward, you look spammy, you look pitchy, or the worst one is you look generic. That's a sure sign that you don't know what you're doing. Make sense? So because they don't get it, they get stuck. They get stuck at a certain point. Okay, remote sales is a highly entrepreneurial thing. This is as close as you will get to building your own business. In fact, this is you building your own business. And those of you who have your own businesses, you know, every day it's chaos, right? You have obstacles, challenges, uncertainties is stacking up all the time. Okay, you might say, no, Sean, I'm just a setter. I'm just a closer. I just want to do sales. Okay, then I ask you this question. Who is in charge of your brand and your marketing as a closer or a seller? Who's going to do it? And then when you need leads can be what? Leads can be the potential businesses that you want to close so that you can close for them. You want to close them so that you can close for them. The business owners, the coaches, okay, the influencers. Are they not your leads? If today you text 5 of them, 10 of them, are they not your leads? They don't text me. Okay, I don't need closers right now. I'm not your lead. Okay, but they are your leads. If for those of you who are business owners yourself, or you are already on an offer, then your leads are your prospects, right? Who's going to generate them for you? Are you going to depend on your business owner? Are you going to depend on guaranteed placement? These are the guys that were given guaranteed placement. If they have guaranteed placement, the person said, I spent 3K on this program because they guarantee me placement. If they guarantee you placement, why are you coming to pitch me? If they guarantee you placement, why you use a template? So what I've heard is, yes, they do guarantee you placement. Okay, the issue is, can you stay? Or can you wait long enough for you to get your turn to get the placement? If you don't want to wait, if you don't want to get fired because you don't hit the KPIs, then you got to take full ownership. Okay, you got to do your own market research. You got to take full ownership of the problems that we solve every day in the internet jungle. Am I making sense so far? This is why a lot of closers get stuck. And the more stuck they get, the more their confidence drop, because it's wall after wall after wall after wall. That's why these closers who are one-dimensional, they only have a course. They only have their guaranteed placement. And all they have is the template. All they have is pitch. Okay. These one-dimensional closers or these one-dimensional pitches, they get eliminated every single day. They are making your life easier because they come in, they are generic, they pitch, and then 3 months later, they give up. They can't figure this out. And then you stay, you advance, you get the good stuff. Okay. So my point is, I can see it very clearly when a closer misses one of these pillars and then they're not conscious. So they try, I can tell that they're really trying, but it's not about your hard work. It's whether you get it. Okay, so I want to do a little survey right now. Okay, don't think. The first thing that comes to your mind, okay, personally, type in the chat, type in the comments. Where do you feel right now that you have hit a wall in your closing or setting, or for those of you who are business owners, okay, in your journey? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay, do not filter. Okay, I want to do a survey, so I make sure that my coaching today is on the right path. Okay. Let's give it a few moments and then you can type your answers. Okay, don't keep to yourself, because whatever you struggled before, okay, all of us are going through the same thing. So there's nothing to be shy or ashamed about. If we have more awareness on what we are struggling with, okay, then I can improve my coaching, I can improve my products, I can improve my demonstration, okay, to make it more effective for you to break through. Okay, but if you keep to yourself and then nobody knows and then nobody can help you, okay, why? Okay, just type and express what is in your heart. Okay, Victor says, I want to get the bigger company's attention. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover today. Sanyam says, will I perform for the coach? Can I live up to expectations? Okay, very good. I'm going to remember all these things. Okay, and then when I do a review for this program, I'm going to circle back to your concerns. Okay, so after this training, okay, I will take the next week. Okay, and I'll come online again and I'll do a review. Okay, so that you can listen to the updates that I have after me listening to your feedback. Okay, so this is the scope of what we are covering today. We have eight very important things to cover today. So for those of you that want the full training with all the bonuses and all the support that comes with this, okay, head over to seansina.com/confidence. That is seansina.com/confidence. Okay, it's $100. Okay, if you find that this is not giving you 10 times, 100 times of the ROI, okay, just ask me for your refund, okay, and I'll give it back. So this should be a no-brainer. Okay, these 8 things are key to getting closer confidence. And I want to emphasize that your confidence comes in 2 parts. The confidence that you want to build comes in 2 parts. First is your internal victory. Okay, Sergio says, I've hit the wall on positioning myself directly with real businesses. How many of us have experienced that? I sold myself short through a contractor to end up working on customer support. No, we are not customer support. Okay. And however, it's still a good experience. It's a good training to make me feel comfortable while speaking to you as customers. Okay. Sergio, can you text me on Telegram and give me a full update? Okay, then I will do a review for you next week. Okay, your confidence comes in 2 parts. First is an internal victory. Okay, in everything we do, it's always an internal victory. We don't say for closers, but for us as humans, as people, okay, it's very easy to say, the company, no good. The influencer, no good. Their leads, no good. And it could be true, it could be a real logical, factual thing. I'm not saying that it's not true. It could be, oh, the industry, no good. The opportunity, no good. The lead, no good. Okay, but even if it is true, it doesn't benefit you because you're not taking ownership. The more ownership you took, okay, Amanda in the beginning here. In the beginning, she was just doing cold calling. Like you're doing customer support. She was just doing cold calling, but she didn't say, oh, my role no good. She didn't say, oh, the company is so bad, make me do cold calling. She didn't say, oh, my salary is so low. She didn't say any of these things. So in her mind, I told her, you are a sales leader. It's true that you're starting from the very bottom, but I want you to see yourself as a sales leader. What would a sales leader do? Today, you are a sales leader. Officially, your title says appointment setter. Officially, your title says customer support. But I will tell you what I told Amanda in the beginning, that you see yourself as a sales leader. There is a version of you. There is a version of you in the future that is a sales leader. What is that person doing? Is that person typing like this? Is that person using a template? Is that person pitching on their first message? Is that person unprepared for team meetings? Does that person do research before a sales call? Does that person do preparation before an interview? What time does this person wake up? What time does this person go to sleep? How many hours does this person practice and study a day? Does this person show up to meetings on time? How is this person's attitude like? So I walked through the whole thing, the whole identity shift with Amanda. And then she said, Sean, I don't see it. I don't see that I can become a leader. I can't even fulfill my own responsibilities. Okay. 3 months later, sales leader. So what is my point in telling you all this? Your success has to happen now. A lot of you want to make 5-figure months, 6-figure years. Are you that person? You don't tell me the company no good, the leads no good. Are you that person first, internally? Did you stake your claim to say that no matter what happens, I am that person today? I might not know how. In the beginning, Amanda didn't know anything. She don't even know how to set. She can't even type. In the beginning, Amanda don't even know how to script her day. She don't even understand basic concepts of sales. She was like an average VA, don't know anything about sales, just can only do tasks. So if you want to talk about the how, okay, Amanda also bought a lot of programs, okay, but she didn't have a how problem. She don't have the internal victory, self-mastery. So internal victory, again, we're going to break it down to 4 parts. The first and the most important key, which I will be covering in the free preview as well. Okay, so pay very close attention. For those of you on the preview stream or watching the replay of the preview, okay, write this down. This is called the belief change process. Ask yourself now, if there are results that you want, but you don't currently have, I'm quite sure that in our paradigm, there's at least 1 or 2, if not 5, if not 10, limiting beliefs that either we can't see, or we're sort of aware, but we don't want to touch it, or we know it, but we've somehow forgotten about it, or we are aware, but we have swept it under the rug. Okay, there's a very high chance that it is all these limiting beliefs that's inside our paradigm that's causing whatever that's happening on our outside to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. So if that's happening, you got to check. Okay, my beliefs. What am I not facing? Am I inside my comfort zone? Am I avoiding something that I should face? A lot of the things that happens on your sales calls, a lot of things that happens in your sales calls, you think it's the prospect, right? The prospect got limiting belief. The prospect got no money. The prospect got fear. The prospect is holding back. The prospect is keeping their cards close to them. The prospect don't understand what it takes to move forward. The prospect don't want to invest in themselves. I guarantee you, a lot of times it's us. A lot of times it's very difficult for us to admit that it is us, because once we admit that it is us, it's me. Okay, my whole pride go down the drain, and that's not a good feeling. Okay, but if you don't know how to put down your pride, one day the universe will come and take it away from you, and that's going to be even worse. So my suggestion, put down your pride. Okay, when you have your own private moment with yourself on Sunday, really take a moment to study what I teach in the belief change process and go deep with yourself. Okay, if Amanda, when Amanda did her belief change process with me, she completely break down. But all these things she don't want to see. She don't want to see her limiting beliefs. And once she saw her limiting beliefs, she completely broke down. And I asked her, you want to break down today, or you want to be like them forever? So when she did the belief change process, it's very uncomfortable for her. And she couldn't work for the entire week because she cannot accept, why am I growing up with this paradigm? Why am I keeping all these things inside my paradigm? I don't want it. Yeah. So we got to clear it. Yes. You clear your computer every day, right? Do you keep junk files in your computer? Those of you that own cars, you clean your car every now and then, right? Do you keep junk? Do you keep cockroaches in your car? Or those of you that in your house, in your room, do you keep spider web in your cupboard, in your room? No, right? We have to clear, right? So in our paradigm, we also need to clear. But you buy all these closer programs, they say step one, add value. Right? You see this person, they say what? Step one, go and network. Step two, optimize your social media. Step three, go to Upwork. If you don't clear, you go to Upwork, everybody run away. If you don't clear, you go to Facebook groups, everybody avoid you. True or false? Okay, you know. Those of you know who know, you know. Okay, then we're going to set goals, master our self-discipline. Hey guys, remote sales. Number one, self-discipline. Okay, write this down. You have to face it. Okay, remote sales, number one, self-discipline. You're going to be more disciplined than any athlete in any sport. Okay, some of you are former athletes, some of you are current athletes, you know. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Morning, you wake up, you train. Right? You don't want to go training, you don't want to go training, you go. You don't want to go training, you don't want to go training, you go. Rainy weather, you want to sleep in, you go. Sunny weather, you want to sleep in, you go. Self-discipline, number one, in remote sales. Time to sleep, you sleep. Time to study, you study. Time to get on calls, you show up, you get on calls. Self-discipline, number one, because once you miss a step, okay, already yellow card. You miss 2 steps, red card. You miss 3 steps, black card, you're out. Okay, those of you that got fired before, you know what I'm saying, right? If you know, put in the chat. Yeah, some of you say I'm not going to sleep on time. Whose responsibility is that? It's the athlete's responsibility. Okay, especially your sleep. If you cannot master your sleep, you cannot do anything. Okay, you guys are in remote sales because you want the comfort of your own schedule. You want the comfort of being in your own place. So, pros and cons. You want the good stuff, you got to be self-disciplined. Is that fair? Okay, if you know, you know. Okay, how to bounce back from failure. A lot of you come to me because you are like them. You tried the closer programs. You text your coach, they don't reply. And then you have to come and text me. And then you get fired from teams. And then you're feeling demoralized. And then you're like, Sean, how? Sean, how? Okay, I'm going to teach you how today. Then once internally you're ready, once internally you're filled, okay, we go out and we fight. We go out and we compete. We go out there and we perform. Okay, external victory. To succeed with your external victory, the key word here is preparation. A lot of time the closers come to me, they say, I failed the interview. I didn't get the job. And then I said, did you do your research? No. Did you prepare? No. Do you know what the company is about? No. Did you do anything before the call? No. Then what do you expect? Because someone else, probably my student, would have done their research. They would have went to master their offer. They would have prepared to be tested, prepared the pitch. They probably have someone guiding them. So you do a sport, you don't go training, you don't prepare your equipment, then how to win? The coach win for you? Cannot be, right? Okay, so this is what we'll cover today. And first, what is your definition of confidence? Okay, type in the chat yourself. I want you to think it through one round yourself because you came here today. You're giving me your Friday morning, your precious Friday morning live. If not, those of you on the replay, you're giving me 1, 2, 3 hours of your personal precious time because you want confidence. So I'm going to share mine and you type in the chat. If someone asks you, what's your definition? No right or wrong. Okay, definition of confidence, what would it be? As you type in the chat, okay, I'm going to share mine. My definition of confidence, okay, is the belief. It is a belief. It is something invisible. It is something in you. Okay, a belief in your own abilities, your qualities, and your judgment. It is a sense of assurance and self-assurance. What's the difference? Self-assurance is how you talk to yourself. Okay. Assurance is what you assess on the outside to know if you are having that balance or not. And all these stems from a deep self-understanding. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know that I'm not sleeping on time. I know that I'm not doing my preparation. I know myself. Okay. And then some of you cannot be like, I know myself, and then I forget. No, you know yourself. You have to change. You know this is where you're weak at. You know something is not right. Why you don't change? Because why? I scared of failure? No. You cannot be scared of failure. This is business. This is entrepreneurship. There's no failure. Okay. There's only results. So all the risks that your friends who are in the 9 to 5, why they stay in the 9 to 5? Well, they don't dare to do what you do. They will never take a risk. 10 years from now, you check in with them, they're still in the job. 20 years from now, you check in with them, they're still in the job, making someone else rich while you have already built. Setting, no problem. Closing, no problem. Branding, no problem. Building systems, leading teams, no problem. You own these skills and then they're still in the job. And then as AI comes up, as things get replaced, they'll be like, oh shit, I have no skills. Okay, but you are self-sufficient. So to build the self-sufficiency, you need to embrace failure. If you see an opportunity today after this training, apply. If you see a business owner after today, engage. If you see a challenge in front of you, you know that, oh, I'm going to avoid it. No, you close yourself. You know, Amanda, so many times, she see the opportunity, okay, then she step back. She see the opportunity, she asked for the opportunity, then she step back. Okay, she stepped back until she could not step back anymore. Because that's what life will do to you. And then you say, okay, now I'm going to go all in. Okay, so don't wait for the last moment. Don't wait for the wake-up call. You start now. Understand? You start now. Why is this mindset important for closers? Every single day, we need to take confident, consistent, inspired, and precise action to brand and market ourselves. Okay, I've covered this a lot in my Unique Closer Brand video on YouTube. Okay, just search Unique Closer Brand, Sean Cena on YouTube. Okay, or booking calls or booking interviews. Okay, or closing business owners to close for them. Okay, not pitching them like this. Okay, but closing them. Okay, I covered this in Interview Secrets on my YouTube. Okay, confident and effective on sales call. I covered this on the Complete Call training last month. Okay, so all this you can go through yourself in your own time. Today, I want to focus more on the confidence aspect. Okay, you're unfazed by obstacles and setbacks, and this is why it's important. When you have an obstacle and most closers step back, your performance goes up. That's who you want to be. You want to rise to the occasion. You want to move towards the challenge. Your influencer can see this. Okay, the leaders in the company can see this quality. That's why they promoted Amanda. It's an attitude, internal victory. You're fearless and you're successful when you have to hit KPIs. Okay, and in any teams you join, you're enjoying what you do, and you are the top performer. Okay, so I want you to learn how to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your dreams. Okay, now I ask you, who is a closer that you feel you know? Okay, or a person that you know? Okay, not yourself. Okay, not yourself, someone else. No confidence. How does he or she look like? Okay, can they market or brand themselves? If they do, is it effective or is it annoying? Okay, do they believe they can get a good opportunity, or are they complaining, avoiding? Okay, when they get tested on interviews, how do they perform? Do they perform well under pressure? Do they completely lose the shit, okay, when they're tested in a live situation? Do they sabotage themselves? Do they sabotage sales calls? Can they lead confidently and effectively? Do they procrastinate or avoid? Are they stuck in practice mode? How many closers you know are like this, and you see them week after week, month after month? They cannot get out of it. Okay, what's the ending? They get frustrated, burn out, and they quit. Okay. Now, call to mind a closer that you want to model after, someone that has closed full time in different niches for different offers. Okay. And you want to be like that person. Okay. What is their brand looking like? Do they believe they can get a good opportunity? When they are interviewed, when they're challenged, do they rise to the occasion or do they shrink? Are they always advancing themselves? Can they lead? Have you seen any of your sales leaders in your team or in your offer or at work? How do they lead? Are they confident? Are they balanced? Are they someone that people come to for advice? Okay, what is their attitude like? Are they like, how can I help you? Are they always taking the initiative to give value, give value, give value, give value, give value? Okay, and then when you look at them, do they talk more or do they execute more? Okay, think of the different extremes. Okay, and ask yourself, what are the qualities that you want to absorb from the confident closer, and what are the qualities that you want to let go or you don't want to have from the not confident closer? Okay, if you ask me, these are the top five skills and abilities that you should have. You need to be really good at making a connection. How would you rate yourself upon 10? Okay, upon 10. How good are you at making a connection? If you met a stranger on the street or at a cafe, how fast can you build that rapport? How fast can you make that connection? How well can you do it? Okay, when you're selling something and you have an offer and you have the buyer, how well can you match the two? Okay, and are you a good listener? If I ask you who is the best listener that you've ever come across, who comes to mind? Can you be like them? When you are given a time objection, spouse objection, price objection, self-belief objection, process objection, how well can you break it down and overcome it? When you experience failure, setbacks, rejections, how do you respond? Do you get shut down for days and weeks and you don't want to come out of your cave? Or do you bounce back immediately after a day or two, after an hour or two, and say, okay, I'm back, I'm good to go? Okay? Or some of you don't even get affected at all. Okay. This is who I want you to be. This is who I need my students to be. A lot of you in my Zoom, okay, you're all my students. This is what I want you to have. Okay. Is it the same thing as you want for yourself? If yes, put a yes in the chat. If yes, put a yes in the chat. And then some people might ask, sure, Sean, what is the difference between self-esteem and self-confidence? Okay, esteem is the general sense of how you feel about yourself. It's a general sense of your self-worth. Okay, it's in general, do I think, do I feel, am I convinced that I'm worthy? Okay, if you have low self-esteem, you tend to have more negative self-talk, like I can't close more than 10K. I can't earn 10K USD. I can't. I know because I have that before. And then you're like, tomorrow got interview. Sure die. Tomorrow interview, sure die. If they test me, I sure cannot make it. Right? This is low self-esteem. You have very bad self-talk. Okay. Confidence is more specific. Confidence is a specific action. Okay. It's a belief that yes, I might have low self-esteem, but if you ask me to go play football, I can. How many of you are like that? Like in life, you're very timid and then you're very soft-spoken. Then suddenly I ask you to do sports, or you become a beast. How many of you are like this? So is it possible to have low self-esteem but high confidence? Yes? Yes or no? So if I can train you to be skilled and competent in just one area, whether it's soccer, whether it's football, whether it's wrestling, then how will you feel? Sure, overall you may be Sean, I'm just an average guy. Yeah, I'm an average guy. I'm just a family man. I'm a family man. Okay, but when it comes to closing, I want you to feel confident and capable. And how? What the specific action I can guide you? I can guide and train you to the point where from an appointment setter, okay, you can become a sales leader. You can understand marketing, you can understand closing, you can understand setting, you can understand building systems, leading teams. I've done this so many times from zero, from nothing. All my life, first I became a martial arts instructor, then I became a fencing coach, then I became a coach for closers. Okay, so all my life, I think my mission is to coach. So I'm very confident in myself to, like, if you show up in my Zoom, some of you, I texted you quite last minute, right? I say, today got training, are you coming? And then you hop on my Zoom, right? Because I know as long as you show up, I can train you. You give me the time, I can coach you. If you want to be coached by me, some of you have been like wanting me to coach you for a very long time, and your only concern is probably money or finances. If that's the case, just text me, okay, and then we will try to work something out. Okay, because if you just show up and you train, I can build the skill with you, and then you will go make the money, and then you'll just pay me back when you have the full amount. How do I know that? A lot of my closers, a lot of my students are like that. Okay. So specific scenario, I can train you. That's my point. That's how I'm so sure that if I teach confidence, I can give you the confidence. What are some barriers to self-confidence? Okay. Number one, fear of failure. I'm scared. I'm afraid. My self-esteem take a hit. Okay, I cry. Number two, there's an inner critic. I say, I suck. I can't do it. I blah, blah, blah. Okay, this two is much deeper. And this one, we got to go through belief change. Okay, but a lot of this, okay, the real culprit is actually we don't show up for practice. It's actually we don't show up to train. You ask yourself this week, okay, now it's Friday, right? Today is Friday. Monday, did you train? Tuesday, did you train? Wednesday, did you train? Thursday, did you train? And you want to make 6 figures. Do you have the 6-figure discipline? You want to become champion. You want to become football champion. You want to become Aikido champion. You want to become Taekwondo black belt. You got trained or not? I know who got trained. Okay, I know Jabal has been training. Okay, I know Habibat has been studying my stuff. I know Andrew James has been studying. I know Daniel has been training. I know Victor has been training. I know Sanyam already launched his program. Okay. So I know that you will train. But why so many closers don't train? There are 2 reasons. The first one is their coach teach them this kind of things, and they don't know how to implement. Okay. So they just haven't met the right teacher. Or number 2, they're just lazy. They're lazy ones, nobody can help them. But I know that a lot of you who follow my work, you just need a good place to train, right? You just need a place that if I go, Sean can answer my questions. If I need a resource, Sean can demonstrate. Sean can send it over. How many of you, when you text me and you say, do you have that? I send it to you. Have or don't have, put in the chat. How many of you, you're not my students, and then your coach never answer you the question, you come and ask me, I also reply you. Yes or no? So I know that if people get trained, they can succeed because that's what I do. I train myself and I train people. Okay, so I want you to believe in your training, believe in your preparation, believe in your understanding and your study. Then you go and fail forward and you believe in your experience. You have to believe, because no one else other than me will go and believe in you. And I'm so far away from you. I'm in Singapore. Some of you are in America, Canada, UK, Ireland, Malaysia, everywhere. I cannot help you. I'm so far. So you take the training with me, you spar with me, you train with me, and you must keep the belief. You must keep the good habits. The old you have to throw away. Okay, the habits that you build with me, you sleep on time, you wake up on time, you study, you role play, you put out content, the consistency. This is life skill. Which successful person don't have all these things? You tell me. Which successful person say, I want to make easy internet money? And then it happens. You tell me. Okay. So on to today's main point. Okay, 8 pillars. This is pillar number 1. Okay, the belief change process. This is my one-to-one client. Okay, I focus a lot on her. Okay, she's a fantastic closer, a fantastic human being. Okay, she's Coley, she's based in Australia. And then I remember the first time she booked a call with me. Okay, and then of course I was trying to close her. And then I said, oh, I can help you land influencer. I can help you do a, and then she said, no. I don't have problems landing a qualified offer. And I said, oh, I can teach you how to build your sales script. And then she said, I don't have problems building a sales script. And I said, then why you book this call with me? She said, there's this line that I've been trying to cross forever. I feel like I don't have the self-confidence. And I said, what do you mean? She said, I cannot get my life in order. You know, the things I want to do, I can't do. The things I want to say, I don't dare to say. And then it affects my relationships. It affects my work. She's in a 9 to 5, because she closed part-time. And it affects my sales calls. So I cannot hit my KPI. So she can close. She is a good closer. You know, she can find offers. But then for some reason, she needed help with self-confidence. So I listened to her sales calls, and then I can feel the frustration and the annoyance from her prospect. Because, you know, when a person is not confident, a bit like a, what do you call that? People pleaser, then they have this energy like, hey, do you like me? Do you not like me? What do you want me to do? You know, they have this very ambiguous energy. So the prospect mirror that energy. You know, the prospect will be like, I want to buy, I don't want to buy. Are you sure of yourself? I'm not sure of yourself. So in the end, they say, yeah, let me call you back. Okay, that's great. Let me get back to you. Let me marinate. So unconsciously, you know, her script is perfect. Her offer is perfect. Everything is perfect. And why she sabotage her own calls? So I did a very deep dive into the belief change process with her, the same way I did with Amanda. And a lot of these unconscious old beliefs came out. So at that point, I asked myself, oh, this is one of my first students, and then there's this kind of a problem. How do we solve this? How do we heal a paradigm? Because it's invisible. You cannot go to a doctor and say, hey, my paradigm got a problem, right? But then when we struggle with confidence, we ourselves know, but we keep it to ourselves, right? Then we cannot go to a doctor and say, doctor, can you heal my paradigm? Okay, so I did the whole thing with her, and then I found that this paradigm is actually made by a lot of individual beliefs that were formed in her childhood, in her upbringing, or in a recent event, and then her subconscious accept. And so a lot of you are unconsciously accepting these beliefs. It could be from your parents, It could be from upbringing. It could be from your conditioning. It could be recently, in the recent year, something happened, and then you or your subconscious unknowingly accept that, oh, wow, I don't have it. I can't get it. I won't succeed as fast as other people. I am slower. Actually, those are not true, You're like you in your normal default state, you're very neutral. It's a very neutral thing. Like a baby in a normal neutral state is a very neutral thing. It's for some reason, whether it's constant space repetition or a emotional impact, and then our subconscious accepts the idea that, well, in my family, it's quite pointless to speak up because nobody will hear me. So it's better to be an introvert and keep my thoughts to myself. No one really understands me because no one really listens to me. So do I listen to myself? I don't know. Who am I? I don't know. If I try, I'll be demoralized, just like what happened to so-and-so in my family. That's what happened to me 10 years ago. If I try, I will fail. I will not be accepted. So maybe I'll just become a people pleaser, and I don't know who am I, so I talk like that, and I have no confidence. Can you imagine if I talk like that on a sales call? What happens? Game over. Yes or no? Tell me in the chat. If you hear this kind of tonality on a sales call, game over. Yes or no? Because there's no certainty. There's no leadership. There's no direction. There's no let's go here. This is the issue. Let's solve this. This is the plan. Let's do that. There's no punch in your voice. So you'll be like, and then the prospect also go, and then you lose the sale, and then you don't know why. Okay. So what we want is new beliefs. How many of you want new beliefs in your subconscious mind? Okay, because this whole thing is very complex. It's a ball of beliefs. And I've found that this ball of beliefs can be destroyed if we build a new paradigm comprising of individual beliefs, one by one. And you might say, Sean, are you teaching affirmations? Because I've done it. Are you teaching affirmations? Because it didn't work for me. Do you like my results as a coach? Do you like my results as a closer? Well, I use affirmations, and the way that I do it is very different from what you see on YouTube, what you see on those meditation programs. You know why? Because I use affirmations for sports. And in the beginning, I absolutely suck at sports. So to go from a weak and sickly kid, myself, to becoming a national athlete, the breakthrough in terms of confidence, you don't need to talk about the skill, you don't need to talk about my skinny physique. The breakthrough in confidence itself, if you ask me, is huge. And I could not have done that if I did not discover this belief change process for myself. So how many of you would like to learn this? Okay, you check back next week. It will be in your members area, okay? You check back next week, it will be in your members area. And just follow the instruction. But for now, I want to explain how this works, why this works. A lot of people, when they do affirmations, it's just a moment of feeling good. They just feel good in the moment. And then when they go back to face the challenge, they crack and they fail, and the paradigm self-sabotage again. So did the affirmation actually go in? Did the subconscious actually accept the idea? My answer will be no. Because if your subconscious really accept the idea, you will see a complete change in your results. And you will know it. For sure you will know it. Because like for myself in sports, I wasn't used to winning. I wasn't used to performing at all. And then all of a sudden, I managed to become a national athlete. So I was like, how do you explain this? Then I realized that, okay, there must be something I'm doing right. So what I realized is that for a set of affirmation to be complete, you cannot just focus on feeling good. There is a certain formula that works. Okay, and I've cracked the code on this. But it works for me, it works for my students. It needs to be so well-rounded and balanced and precise for different beliefs that it's just like in sales, right? When you do a sales call, what you offer must what? Match. Yes, it must match the buyer's needs. If it doesn't match, then the prospect will say, I want help with this, I want help with this, I want help with this, but you are selling me some other thing. It doesn't match, right? So there's no use if your meditation sessions are just making you feel good, but it's not targeting the precise belief that you want to change. And these are just examples. You might feel that it's not relevant to you, okay, but it has to be directly relevant to the individual beliefs in your, what I call your belief index. Okay, we have a file in your members area. It's called the belief index. That one by one, you need to pull out and replace, pull out and replace. I'll give you an example. Okay, based on this paradigm, okay, Coley could not assert herself. She don't have the firmness. She don't have the authority. She cannot command her prospect on the calls, or rather, she cannot command authority. She cannot command respect. Why? Because there's this paradigm that says, hey, if you try to assert yourself, the outcome will always be failure. The outcome will always be pain. So what does a paradigm do? Of course, a paradigm want to step back, right? Of course, a paradigm want to give some excuse, give some self-sabotage and step back and say, well, then I will just talk in this tone. And if you want to buy, you can buy. I'm also not too sure what I'm selling. That's it. Gone. The whole sales call is gone. Okay. But how do you break it down? Okay. So first, there has to be some degree of acceptance for your new identity subconsciously. So some of the affirmations must hit you at the level of identity. Some of them must hit you at the level of mindset, depending. Each of you here, every single one of you have very, very different setup. If I broke this down for each and every single one of you, you will see your own map. You will see your own paradigm literally in front of you. And you'll be, oh my God, this is me. Okay, and it will all be different. So the healing of this paradigm needs to be so personalized to every single one of your limiting beliefs. True or false? Can you all follow what I'm saying? Yes or no? One by one. I want to be so specific that I want to change every single one of your beliefs. I want to bust every single one of your beliefs. Because as a coach, right, I can actually see when my students show up and they have switched something in them. I can tell. They arrive on calls on time. They're very proactive. I know, okay, this student is starting to move upwards, but they haven't seen the result yet. They continue. They persevere. They have grit. And then they are moving up the learning curve one step by one step by one step. And then suddenly they close. And then people say, oh, you're lucky. You're overnight. No, we've been working very hard behind the scenes. Okay. So I will cover this more in the bonus section of the members area when I teach the belief change process. Essentially, this is a consistent habit. Okay, all athletes know this. We always enter the silence. They might have a different name, okay, but we always, in meditation, we're able to control our body. We're able to slow down. We're able to visualize the path to success. Very famous, Michael Phelps, when he swim, okay, he closed his eyes. He know exactly the actions. He know exactly the distance to complete his KPI to win. He know the whole thing. It's very clear, okay? And all athletes, okay, we all have this emotional intensity. You have to channel that accurately to cut through your obstacles. Your conscious mind have to work with your subconscious to say, from today onwards, certain things I will say yes. From today onwards, certain thing I will say no. And when I say no, it's out of my life. It could be a belief, it could be a habit. I don't know. It could be a person. And then from there, I can see people start to take inspired action and they move closer and closer to manifesting results. And then usually by that point, they have a new paradigm that says, when I speak up, my voice is a source of power. I am clarity. I give people clarity. When I show up, things become clear. I'm complete. I don't need recognition on the outside. I don't need things to fill any void in me on the outside. I unconditionally respect and love and trust myself to live my life as I want to do it. I trust myself. So when you have this paradigm, you just radiate that confidence. And this confidence is very comfortable for people to lean onto your leadership. On the sales call, you just show up. Okay, how many of you have seen my sales call recordings or my triage calls or my interviews? And you can see, right, when I just show up, the prospect is cool. They are comfortable. They're ready to talk. So you want to have this kind of balanced energy in you that when you appear, when you show up, your prospects, your team members, your followers, for those of you who are business owners, your employees, your team members trust you, they feel secure with you. Or for those of you who have girlfriend, boyfriend, you're married, okay, your spouse, your partner, your family, they feel secure with you. Salim is live, welcome. Okay, just in time. The preview is about to end. You can watch the replay. Okay, so when they see you, they feel that this is the person I need in my life. This is the setter I want on my team. This is the closer I must hire. And you know, your script might not be the best. Your systems might not be the best. You're still taking imperfect action. But they can recognize a winner because they have been in this space longer than you. When they see someone like this, they know we got to talk to this guy. Okay, we got to hire this guy. So in the end, Coley started to work her magic. 17K USD close, 48K USD close. You know her commission, how much for this? It's a very big ticket item that most B2C offers. You know, and then here's the thing: she's able to explain to me. So I coach people to a certain point. I will stop, and then I'll say, "You explain to me." And she's able to explain to me now. So the results are there. Because once the process is there, the results will be there, yes or no. And people always want to chase after the results, but they don't want to invest in the process. Okay, now you see, towards the end, she is the one explaining to me. I'm not spoon feeding her. I'm not doing all the work for her. I'm not doing everything for her now. Okay, but she is able to explain to me. And as a coach, as a teacher, those of you who have worked as coach or teacher before, you know, once your student can come to you and explain to you how they got the results, you know that they have completed the learning curve. And from that point on, you know, actually, I should learn from them, or we can learn from them. So we are moving towards the end of the free preview for those of you who want more, okay, of closer confidence. You've experienced my coaching up to this point, and you're like, Sean, whatever you have or whatever I've done, I want a one-to-one call. Okay, I believe, how do I pronounce your name? I believe it's Habibat, okay, has bought the VIP, okay, for the 3K. Okay, I want a one-to-one laser coaching session, 1 hour with you, where you review all my work that I've done so far. okay, and you answer all my questions. Okay, my promise to all my students is very simple. If you have the time to do a piece of work, I will have the time to review it. Okay, I will not be like some of those, they don't reply or they give you some BS feedback that you can't implement. If you have the time and effort to do one piece of work, I will have the time and effort to review your work. Is that a fair exchange? So for those of you who want to upgrade to VIP, okay, after you've seen this video, message me on Facebook, on Telegram or Instagram, wherever, and give me a hashtag VIP. Just text me. If you don't text me, because my inbox is always flooded, okay, sometimes I need to search for these hashtags to find out if anyone texts me. Okay, so if I miss your message, please bump it up. Okay, but let me know you've seen this training and you want a VIP call with me. Okay, there will be a fee for this. Okay, and I will just send you the relevant information if you want to work just on a one-to-one basis with me, just to experience what the breakthrough is like. We can do a one-time a la carte one-to-one laser coaching session. Okay, and then you tell me what was your experience and your breakthrough after that session. For those of you that want to go further and deeper with me, send me a hashtag personal. Okay, DM me, message me on Facebook or Instagram or Telegram, wherever, and say hashtag personal. I will give you one-to-one 3 hours of my time. And it could be in one sitting, it could be in 2 or 3 sittings, okay? But here's what I'm going to do for you. I am going to do the belief change process with you. I'm going to map out your whole paradigm, and I'm going to create a personalized set of affirmations. I will engineer it myself, and you will have one to listen in the day. You will have one to listen at night before you sleep. You will have one to listen when you're working and focusing, so that all these new beliefs are entering your paradigm. And I will personally coach you one-on-one how to build this new paradigm in your new life. I will personally role play with you one-to-one and test you on how you're going to pitch your offer. If you don't have an offer, I will give you one of the offers that I sold for before, and I'm going to role play with you until you can confidently come back to me and say, Sean, I know how to do this already. Objection, I know how to do. The prospect want to marinate stuff, I know how to do. 1 call, 2 call, I know how to do. How to book a sales call, I know how to do. How to handle an interview, I know how to do. So there will be an investment as well. This is a deeper, working with me at a much, much deeper level. So if you want to go either of these, just send the relevant hashtag to me and then we can move forward. Okay, but even if you do not go for any of this, if you send me your homework, okay, I will still reply. Okay, I will still read through it. I will still critique it. Or even if you don't work with me, you already have a coach. Okay, you're already in a program, or you're self-taught. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, believe in your own determination to transform. Okay, close yourself. If you were your own prospect, if today you got on a Zoom call with yourself and you must talk to yourself, how are you going to close yourself? You're going to say, hey, should we wake up a little bit earlier tomorrow? Should we sleep earlier tonight? Should we text that person and organize a role play? Should I study my sales script tonight? You have to close yourself. You are closer. Okay? Before I end the free preview, I want to quickly talk about Broderick. Okay, this is Broderick. Okay, he did not really study my other stuff. He actually only focused a lot on the Inner Fire program. Okay, some of you have access to this. Okay, it will be, if you purchased Closer Confidence, Inner Fire will be given to you as a bonus. Inner Fire will be given to you as a bonus. And this is what it looks like on the back end. Okay, it's a series of concentrated modules. And the most important thing that I will also cover today is what I call your identity index. Okay, your identity index. In here, okay, we document the milestones you must hit this year. your winning moves that you must do this year, as well as on a monthly, weekly, daily basis. What is the plan? You know what I'm saying? What is the winning plan? So you don't have to do random stuff all year round and waste the whole year. You know what I'm saying? Okay, down to the day, what we should be focusing on. Okay, and I will look through your stuff. I will critique your work. Okay, all of this is in the Inner Fire program. This is the main thing. I think Broderick gave this like 90% of his attention, and then he had no time to study my other stuff because he is already closing. Okay, that's how fast it was for Broderick. And as a program creator myself, I'm so happy when he gave me feedback on Inner Fire, because I know that, okay, I've created something. It's technically not a sale training. It's technically not an appointment setting training, but it gave him such amazing, wonderful results. Okay, so I'm going to end the free preview now for those of you who enjoyed this session and you want the whole thing, whether you want to hop on my Zoom live right now, head over to seancena.com/confidence. That is seancena.com/confidence. You will see my sales page, and for $100, okay, the price will double. The price will double next week. Okay, so before this week ends, okay, you still have some time to get it while it is still at half price. Okay, once this is launched to the public, it's going to be double, and I will not be bringing the price down because I know what this is worth. Okay, it's probably worth a lot more than what I'm charging. So if you head over to seancena.com/confidence, okay, Jabal, come to my Zoom. Okay, Jabal, come to my Zoom. Okay, head over to seancena.com/confidence, click on the green button, fill up the form. Okay, if you want VIP, if you want personal, just reach out, and then I will see you in my Zoom. Or if you purchase the offer after my launch, okay, I will talk to you in person. Okay, and then we will carry on our conversation from there. Okay, for those of you on the live stream, thank you for attending this free preview. If you have a question, if you have a feedback, if you have anything to share with me, just reach out and send me a text. Okay, otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Have a great day for those of you on the free preview. Cheers.